Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is today is a day. That's for starters. I think we're off to a good start here. Oh, hello. To you too. Welcome. Today it's going to be a bit of a different stream. Today I'm going to be talking quite a bit about a very niche subject that I don't think can be adequately covered in one single stream. And it's also a very niche subject that I don't know that much about, but I have some knowledge through osmosis just from growing up around it and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it. Ooh, passes kidney stone. Ooh, I hope I never pass a kidney stone. That would shred up. That would shred me up. I would have a really awful day if that were to happen to me. Yeah. So how do I even begin with this? Oh, okay. Yeah. So why do I want to talk about this? Well, it all started a couple days ago. I was doing some cleaning on my hard drive. I was just like doing some organizing, you know, keeping things tidy and whatnot. And I was looking through some PDF files because every now and again I just come across, you know, some reading materials like, oh, okay, I'll save that. I'll get back to it and read it at a later time. So it's mostly like academic papers, some esoteric stuff, and maybe some old video game magazines. I wasn't sure what I wanted to stream today out of those things, but according to the poll, somebody wanted to hear about Southeast Asian black magic, so I thought I would just do that. So basically, yeah, so as I was tidying up my reading files, all my, you know, journals, books, and documents and whatnot, I came across this file over here. There we go. Ilmu Kodam, the occult art of acquiring and directing spirit servants. I was like, oh shit, what is this doing in my hard drive? And upon some further investigation, there's some links up here, which we will explore in a bit. So yeah, I was wondering, like, how the hell did I come across this file, and you know, to where I managed to obtain the file and save it. Like, how the hell did I encounter this? So I remembered a while ago, I was visiting some cousins overseas. They live in Bali, Indonesia, and Indonesia, for those who don't know, it's predominantly an Islamic country. It wasn't always Islamic, right? And my cousins, they happen to live in Bali, which is the part of Indonesia that still practices Hinduism. But it's not just like Hinduism one-on-one from India, but it's Hinduism mixed in syncretically with native beliefs, which includes like animism and shamanism, that sort of thing. It's jungle magic essentially, but yeah, they mix that in with some Hinduism, and that's their own version of it. But yeah, the reason that... So I was wondering, like, going back to this question, how did I come across this file? I think it's because when I visited my cousins, I wanted to buy a souvenir, and that souvenir happened to be a keris, or a Chris dagger. Let me see. So it would be this sort of dagger. I wanted to get my hands on one of this to bring home, because I don't know, I think it's like, because I'm partly Indonesian, and you know, I think it'd be nice to have some sort of cultural thing from it to bring home back to Scotland, where I'm also part Scottish. But from what they told me, it's not, a Chris dagger is not a commercial item, right? It's not something you could walk into a shop and buy. You need to earn it, and a Chris is not, it's not made for commercialism in mind. It has to be made with a purpose, right? And when it is made, it's a very spiritual process. So not only do you forge the Chris dagger itself, but it also has to be, I guess, enchanted or imbued with some sort of spiritual power. So this is kind of like the sort of roundabout way how I got to it. So a Chris dagger is not commercially available. You have to earn it. It's essentially given to you. You have to earn it. It's given to you. And if you do manage to buy it, if you do manage to find yourself in a position to purchase one, it's probably obtained through illicit means, or it's probably cursed in a bad way. So yeah, so when I got back home to Scotland, I didn't get it in the end. I was like, oh, maybe I could, because maybe I could buy a Chris commercially online or whatnot. I don't know. I was curious. I wanted to see if I could purchase one online anyway, or if not, I could just out of curiosity browse some talismans and whatnot, because Indonesia, although despite being, as I said, primarily Islamic country, which wasn't always the case, it still maintains a lot of its folk beliefs and traditions. So it has all these beliefs that they've maintained long before Islam, Christianity, and Buddhism came about. They have all these native beliefs and folk magic and whatnot, black magic essentially. But I don't know. It's also quite big business there. Like you could hire mediums, you could hire witch doctors to do all sorts of services for you. It's actually quite big business in that part of the world. So it's not just Indonesia, but it's also like Singapore, but also Malaysia, Thailand even. It's that whole region. It's a whole little microcosm of like supernatural, spiritual sort of thing. It's not something that I cannot adequately cover in one single stream. But yeah, so that's where we come into this file. So that's pretty much how I figured out how I managed to get this file on the occult art of acquiring and directing spirit servants. So so I don't know if you can see here. Oh yeah, there's the links on top. indotalisman.com and yeah, bezoarmysticpearls.com. So yeah, so these are sites that provide like it's basically an online witch doctor service or black magic service. Well, it's not necessarily black magic because they're not curses or anything. Because I don't know, it's a very niche subject. But either way, let me put this PDF file away just so we can actually see this website here with web design straight from the early 2000s. This really takes us back. So yeah, this is indotalisman.com. So basically, I've never really explored the site. I've only like briefly browsed it and whatnot, but I think it would be quite an interesting thing to look into for this particular stream here. So let's see. Desktop audio, mic audio is unmuted. All right, cool. Yeah, sometimes I talk for like ages and then realize that my mic has been muted the whole time. But yeah, so here we go. Welcome to the world of shamanism, occultism, occult powers, psychicism, ESP, genies, that's a pretty big theme here, magical pearls, psychic projection, astral travel, magic, bezoar stones, charms, clairvoyance, spells, mysticas, telepathy, magical empowerment rituals, which you can hire these people to do, martial arts powers, knowledge papers and ebooks, talismans, amulets, familiars, jinns, occult secrets, invulnerability, invisibility, mind control, love filters, empowered oils. So Indonesian folk beliefs and traditions and all that sort of thing, it's very syncretic. It takes inspiration from all sorts of cultures that came into the country through different means, mostly through trade and whatnot. So that's why you see things like genies and jinn, which is mostly an Islamic sort of thing, an Islamic introduction, but I'm sure we will also come across some other ones as well. Let's see. Catalog of unusual talismans, amulets, and magical powers of the Indonesian occult, Islamic, shamanic, and Kejawanese traditions. So Kejawa is the indigenous tradition or folk belief system, but it's been systematized because Indonesia is mostly it's a country. Yes, it is a country, but it's made of like 10,000 islands or so. That's a very rough number. 10,000 islands with just as many languages and ethnic groups. So to just say somebody's Indonesian, it could be anything. It's like one person from one island could be wildly different from a person from another island, right? And you can actually tell them by appearance as well sometimes. So let's see. Magical talismans, amulets, charms, and legendary pearls from the Arabian Nights. So these legendary pearls, that's the other site we will be exploring, which would be this one. But yeah, we'll just take our time with this. So, in this site, you'll find many magical items, talismans, magical mystica pearls or Bezor stones, which is what is being sold on this site here. Krises, that's the daggers I was talking about. So kris, these things, and curios of interest. Our magical items are from the Islamic ilmu hikmah and the Javanese occult tradition of Indonesia. The talismans, spells, and magical items are for various purposes to help you improve your life, enhance and develop psychic powers, magical protection, etc. Hold on, let me burp. Oh, excuse me. The talismans are constructed or empowered by the local occult adepts of Java and neighboring islands, who are proficient in their field of work. The Bezor stones, or magical mystica pearls, were acquired by the Pawang shamans directly from nature through spirit guidance. Thousands of these mystica pearls are available. We also offer exquisite old krises, curios, knowledge papers or ebooks, one-of-a-kind items, and empowerment, etc. So yeah, that's the introduction to the site. So yeah, I'm not quite sure where we could start off. So there's the pearls that they mentioned, but then there's the Kris daggers. There's magical talismans, amulets, spells, and charms. Then you have the knowledge papers, also ebook section, or just like reference material. Then you've got empowerment section, and the genie selection, where they actually have photos of genies. But I think we should start off from the top. Okay, so that's the website there. So let's see. Bezor Mystica Pearls. Let's see. So that's the reading material here. We can go back to that in a bit. So let's see what's on the home page. And it's been last updated 10th of January 2026. That's right on my birthday. Due to personal reasons and others beyond our control, the shop is temporarily closed until further notice. We would like to thank our patrons and clientele for past support and sponsorship. Thank you. Thousands of genuine magical Bezor Mystica Pearls, fossils, relics, artifacts available. Hundreds already sold. The collection of many generations of Pawang dukuns, Indonesian shamans, authentic mystica pearls from the flora or fauna of the Indonesian archipelago, occult tools of power, warness talismans, amulets, and charms used in magic, prized by kings, royalty, governors, magi or magi, occultists, wizards, priests, martial artists, healing practitioners, mystics, shamans, and the ordinary layperson. Our vast and extensive collection is a reality as a result of our direct association with Pawangs, also, which is indigenous shamans. Many who have had a darshan of our collection found it to be an enriching experience. Our online presentation represents only a small part of our collection. We have been offering mystica pearls, talismans, and magical items online since 2001. Hold on, whoops, didn't mean to resize that. Trouble choosing the right magical pearl? Let us help you determine the right mystica pearl for your needs, whether this be for general or specific blessings, or for magical purposes. Do contact us with your personal details, background, and requirements. Notice, we regret, but the online credit card payment system no longer functions. Please contact us to place your order. Thank you. So let's see. Bezor stones, pearls of animals, plants, and nature. I'd like to figure out, I haven't quite figured out what these pearls are, but I'm sure they will tell us somewhere. Oh, okay. Our site specializes in Bezor stones, or gems, minerals, and magical mystica pearls. Mutia, Galiga, Mani, or Mystica, that are found in animals, plants, trees, and as created by the anomalies of nature. Mollusks are not the only creatures that form pearls or stones. Under the right conditions, almost all creatures may form or concretize them in their bodies, including human beings. So this is like kidney stones, but mystical kidney stones. Or, oh, I don't know if you've heard about this, but in some cases of like stillbirths, and the woman hasn't miscarried or anything, they kind of absorb the baby into themselves, and their body kind of calcifies the fetus in that sort of way. That's another form of human-made stones. That's another one. I can't quite remember what that's called. There's an actual medical term for it, but I cannot quite recall off the top of my head. But I guess that would be another example of these pearls or stones. These mystical pearls are regarded as talismans, amulets, charms, and collectibles, and employed in magical rituals, spells by practicing occultists, pagans, Wiccans, shamans, including New Age, magic, and hoodoo practitioners. The latter would often associate animal mystica pearls with animal totems and applied metaphysically for acquiring animal virtues, or animal traits, I would assume. Magical mystica pearls are worn or carried for luck, vitality, charisma, enhanced psychicism, blessing, etc. They are highly prized by those who are knowledgeable of their esoteric and spiritual value. Many varieties of flora often develop mystica pearls such as the banana, coconut, and bamboo trees, in quotation marks. Naturally, not only form bezoar stones in creatures and trees, she being, I think she would be a reference to nature, as in Mother Nature, sometimes also creates them in the environment of evolving beings, in the sea, lake, sky, beehives, etc. So the sea, lake, and sky, beehives, these are considered as living systems, as opposed to being just simply environmental locations. These are living things with, living processes going on within them. Mystica pearls enhance magical rituals and metaphysical work. Elemental spirits of nature overshadow the magical mystica pearls, bezoar stones. For more information on the power, nature, and value of these mystica and bezoar stones, do refer to our articles and FAQ sections. Serious inquiries from private, business, and institutional bodies are welcome. Do contact us. And this is where they introduce their stones, I believe. The photos showing mystica pearls may not be well taken, though, and do not do justice to the portrayal of the true beauty of the pearls. Regarded as samples, not to be exact same ones given for sale or fulfillment unless stated specifically. Because of their rarity and popularity, these stones or pearls sell fast. Therefore, do contact us about their availability. There are no two pearls alike. The pearls that we distribute come from direct or semi-direct sources and have been verified by quite a number of psychics as being genuine. There are many fakes in the market, so it would be wise to acquire pearls from a reliable source. Let's see. Pearls from the same plant or animal may differ slightly or even greatly in form, size, or color. Let's see. I just don't want to repeat the same sentence over again. Fossilized pearls differ from regular pearls. Most of these do not have elemental or spirits dwelling in them. But then again, some of them do. We include them in our list as they are akin to mystica pearls and have magical power within them. These creations of nature or anomalies immortalized as beautiful and powerful pearls. Anomalies immortalized as beautiful and powerful mystical pearls. They are difficult to acquire, but people do acquire them, are blessed indeed. Magical power of the pearls would fill one's life with extremely positive energies, attracting luck, prosperity, health, love, etc. Some of these stones and pearls are fragile, and great care must be given to their handling. Certain transparent types of pearls formed by nature. The how and why of some of these are not known. Lab testing may indicate glass in their reports, but this does not explain their origin when shamans and even laypersons have found these pearls in the sea, dens, and in the bodies of animals, especially snakes. The name of the elemental spirit that dwells within these pearls will be given when a pearl is requested. so that psychic contact and communication may be facilitated by those who are sensitive or by persons with paranormal abilities. Simple methods for tapping their power will also be given in their instruction paper. More types of pearls and stones will be added to this list in the course of time. Let's see. What you get for your order of pearls. You get the pearl itself, and you get the specific mantra for the pearl. Every pearl has its own unique mantra, or for activation, or for increasing its power. The mantra also helps the user to attune with the indwelling spirit intelligence. The mantras given are metaphysically structured with an esoteric base and partially acquired through psychic detection. Essential for working magic with the pearls. Note, other sites not knowing the principle of how our mantras are structured declare blah blah blah. This simply proves their lack of metaphysical knowledge and their pretension to being proficient in I'm not gonna mysticaology. They deceive in every way possible in attacking our reputation as a metaphysical practitioner of 30 years. Vedic Hindu priests do use mantras for empowering pearls and their installation. The mantras actually amplifies the seed virtues of the pearls, as well as offering other effects. They are an alternative to the empowerments that we offer. The mantras are given freely with every pearl. And you also get a bonus talisman worth $100. Paper of the description of the pearl or stone, including instruction of usage and scanned reading of indwelling spirit intelligence. And you got the option for the empowered of... So you got the option to empower or charge your pearl for an extra charge of $75. Oh, it's quite a lot of reading. So that's their catalog here. Hold on, let me have a drink first. That was a lot of reading. My goodness. So yeah, in my whole life, I have never encountered anybody who deals with black magic, or dealing with these pearls or cursed items or enchanted items, I should say. I have in the past been brought to mediums to talk with the dead, but that's a story for a whole nother time, I believe. Magical mystical pearls correspond and belong to one of the 7 rays, chakras, runes, planetary signs, zodiacal sign, tarot trump, god goddess of the... oh my god. Element, and to want to Sephiroth of the tree. This is like taking into account every belief system. But I guess that comes to like, what's that word? Where there's like a sort of singularity within each and every belief system. There's like that common foundation that ties them all together. The association of the pearls to these are given in the pearl list. Okay. It's done. Key codes. Right, that one I'm not going to bother with. I just want to look at some pretty stones. So let's see. We have pearls or stones that have been sourced from animals, from what I understand. And from what it looks like, there's all sorts of animals here. You have an anteater, an ape, deer hog, a duck, elephant, fish, Klachang, sea creature. I think Klachang would be the local name for it, but I'm not quite sure what it would be. Going from a lobster, orangutan. That must be pretty hard to source, I imagine. Katak laut. Not sure what creature that is, but that would be the local name for it. An otter, snakes and pythons. Naga gunung. So gunung means like a volcano or mountain, and naga, I believe that just means snake. Tree snake. So you have several different types of snake stones or snake pearls. Konda, Saokambang. Ooh, lots of snakes, lots of Oh, even cobras as well. So this would be all their snake source stones and pearls. Ooh, I wonder what a shark one looks like. So we got a shark pearl. So these are stones or pearls which has apparently been sourced from a shark. So, let's see. Shark pearls. So we have type A here, which is that very first one. Sold. Attracts luck, improves business and social life. Wards off negative energies, and has some healing properties as well. This one sold, still on sale apparently, as far as we know, for the handsome price of $250 US. It would be this white one here. Attracts luck, improves sales and social life, charisma, wards off negative energies, personal magnetism, and healing. Alright. Ooh, this one looks quite nice. Shark Pearl, type E. Sold. Price, $400 US. Attracts luck. Improves business and social life, wards off negative energies, healing. This pearl could possibly have originated from a frilled shark or a related species. One source of this type of pearl calls the creature a shark, another a sea serpent. So this green one over here apparently sourced from allegedly a frilled shark. It looks quite nice, it looks quite pretty. Let's see. Oh, this would be like, In 1884, Samuel Garman formally described their species. So this would be the story of their discovery, or yeah, discovery and naming, and named it Chlamydococcus anguineus, snake-like shark with frills, referred to in popular parlance as the frilled shark. Its name alludes to two of the most conspicuous features. So that's just a description of the animal. A deep water species that preys upon octopuses and squids. The frilled shark has a wide distribution, inhabiting the Atlantic Ocean and both sides of the Pacific. Yet despite this, it is not a common species, and much of its lifestyle is unknown. Yeah, quite a nice stone. What other ones? Type H. These are from male sharks for $240 US each. Attracts luck, improves business and social life, wards off negative energies, and healing. These are quite generalized, but nothing negative, no negative effects. So yeah, apparently if you have one of these stones in your possessions, you can expect luck, improved business and social life, and a warding off of negative energies and healing. It's pretty cool. Not bad. How about one from a cobra? Cobra sounds quite mystical. So these are cobra pearls and cobra stones. Huh. They're come in different shapes as well. Yeah, it's quite interesting to see, you know, how they can all come in like different varieties, shapes and forms, and colors. Very colorful. Sold. So let's see, what's this one? White King Cobra Pearl, type B. Small types. Attracts luck, improves business and social life, charisma, personal magnetism, healing and regeneration. Ooh, you get regenerative magic as well. What is this one? What are these? They have a lot of cobra pearls. A gull pearl, so this would be like a gull stone, I guess. Improves business, charisma, wards of bad luck and negative energies, healing and regeneration. Okay. Plenty of King Cobra pearls. So we got that one. So each of these opens up a new window that shows you a photograph of the specific pearl. So got that one. Got that one. All different shapes, but they all essentially have the same appearance. Red King Cobra Pearl for $220 US each. Improves business, charisma, wards of bad luck, negative energies. So cobra pearls, many shapes and sizes, all sorts of varieties. What's this one? King Cobra Pearl, Type C. The type that you're ordering, mentioned in specialized instructions. Nah, that's something else. Spitting Cobra Pearl. These cobras spit their venom. Kind of the same enchantments. Well, not enchantments, because these are the inherent powers of these stones, apparently. Attracts luck, improves business and social life, charisma, personal magnetism, healing, and regeneration. And what is this one? These are like fucking neon yellow. Words of bad luck and negative energies, healing, regeneration. Okay. And these ones, they're like transparent. Got extra large. Huh. Baby Cobra. Attracts luck. Business, social life, charisma, same thing. Healing, regeneration, alright. Cetacean. That would be from a whale or dolphin. If they are, they're awfully cheap. 2 types of cetacean pearls. Type B, Type C. Social life, same thing. Still social life, charisma. Wards off negative stuff. Personal magnetism and healing. I'm just surprised how cheap that is, considering what animal it's apparently sourced from. Ape. So that would be like chimpanzee or that sort of thing, I imagine. If you ask me, just from, if you were to just present me these stones, I assumed that you would have just picked them off from somewhere, but... same properties, but they do look nice though, all things considered. Crab stones? Let's see what these look like. What kind of crabs are these coming from? That one's huge. Very bizarre shape as well. Oh, okay. Fossilized hermit crab shell. That makes sense. For what? 1,500. 1,500 US dollars. But kind of gives you the same thing here. Attracts luck, improves business and social life, wards off negative energies, personal charm, and healing. Crab pearl, water crab pearl. How about a white snake? That's a pretty good 80s band. White snake crowns, Latin or common name not known. Same thing. I wonder if there's... You got one from male snakes, you got one from female snakes. I wonder, orangutan, that one's quite... Very round. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. They look like just like regular stones and whatnot. Sure. Prehistoric sea creature. Ooh, now we're getting some bizarre shapes here. That looks like a fucking sea cucumber or like a beetle grub of some sort. For 500 US dollars. Fossilized sea cucumber. That makes sense. Just as I thought. Sea creature pearls. What other ones are there? Got one from a panther. That must be pretty badass. Panther stones. White Panther pearls. For 150 US dollars each. I don't know how they could sell them for such a cheap price for the animal that's coming from. Attracts luck, improves sales and social life, charisma, all the same thing. I think we can assume that each of these stones have the same properties. They just have different appearances. How about tortoise? Rare, sold. Okay, this one's slightly different. Words of negative energies, personal magnetism, healing, but you get sexual prowess out of it as well. Nice. Which one kind of catches my attention though? What would a spider pearl look like? Fossilized spiders. Varying in price from 800 US dollars to 1,000 US dollars. Same properties though, but you get to keep a fossilized spider in this case. One's from male spiders, from female spiders here. That's a familiar shape. I'm not quite sure why I associate that shape with spiders, but I'm not quite sure. Spider saliva pearl. These are from spiders that burrow in the ground. The pearls were formed from their saliva. Okay. I don't know. Spiders salivate. Like, I know they make venom, but not saliva. That is wild. Tarantula pearls. What other ones are there? Zebra. Okay, I was gonna say, like, if they're not striped, I'm gonna be disappointed, but some of them are quite stripy. Physical and sexual prowess. Physical, sexual prowess. I guess that's kind of like an association with, like, equines. Yeah, fair enough. I can get behind that kind of reasoning. Right, let's see the ones from fruits and trees. We could go back to this another time, I guess. We have... So, we just explored the animal and creature section. So, stones and pearls sourced of animal origin. But you also get ones from trees and plants. But you also get ones from... Oh, there's a miscellaneous section from, like, stones, meteorites, or from, like I say, living systems, such as the ocean. Ocean, caves, that sort of thing. We have stones from a rainbow, apparently. Nothing in stock, from what it seems. Mythological, unusual pearls and stones. Well, not coral. Petrified coral. Same thing. Let's see. How about ones from a coconut tree? These pearls represent years of collection of over 20 villages of coconut plantations in over 4 provinces. They have a very uniform shape. These are from one-eyed coconuts. Healing... One-eyed coconut, only one available. This is not a pearl, but coconut pearls are often found in one-eyed coconuts. Coconuts with a single eye, in quotation marks, are rare. The common ones have 3 eyes. Oh, I know what they're talking about. So when you take off the coconut shell and whatnot, and then you get the coconut that's within the husk, they do have those eyes. It kind of resembles a face, or you know, like the holes in a bowling ball. One-eyed coconuts are regarded highly by various cultures as a bringer of good luck and prosperity. All right. Pearls from a coconut variety. That's nice. I mean, it seems a lot less sinister than one that's been sourced from an animal, in my opinion. Like, one sourced from a plant seems a lot more benign. How about a garlic stone? A fossilized garlic. Nice. Attracts luck, improves business and social life, healing, protection, wards off energies. Would you buy yourself one of these fossilized garlics? Do let us know. Do any of these attract any of your attention? Let's see. So we got all sorts of plants here. Chonglak tree. Banana tree. Let's see what a banana tree stone looks like. Ooh. Ooh, these ones are quite nice. Banana tree pearls. For $180 US each. Many different... Lots of variety in colors. The bananas are from this banana tree are referred to as pisang emas. This is a small banana type. They do look quite tasty, I must admit. We got peach tree. Do these ones look nice? Fossilized peach pearl. Healing and longevity. An onion. I assume it's going to be like a fossilized onion. Yep, pretty much. Frangipani tree. So this particular tree here has a lot of like supernatural associations, because there is, if you ever look into like superstition in Southeast Asia, it's very broad, right? Okay, it's very broad for one thing, but I guess the attitude towards ghosts and spirits there, they're essentially considered as part of the flora and fauna. They're part of the natural ecosystem. And you get many different types of ghosts, and one of these happens to be associated with this frangipani tree. Basically, it's one of those vengeful spirit ghosts. Well, basically, imagine like the girl from The Ring, right? Except she died during childbirth or some sort of similar circumstances, and then she becomes a vengeful spirit in that sense. So basically, she stalks innocent people at night. And yeah, so apparently if you smell the scent from this frangipani tree, that means she is nearby, and that's actually kind of spooking me just talking about it. Ugh. Sugar palm tree. Let's see. Rice pearls. Ooh, fossilized rice. A black glutinous rice pearl. I think that's just regular rice, to be honest, but they do look very stony. Establishes harmony in the home. That's nice. Prized by Japanese natives for its bringer of luck and prosperity. How about pearls from the sea? A fossilized sea creature. Creature unidentified found on a seabed. For $1,000 it could be yours. Fossilized sea creatures, okay, no idea what the hell that is though. I wouldn't say that's coral, that almost looks like an actual, like, I would assume that used to be a shark and then it became fossilized, but I can't say for sure. A large sea pearl, that's quite nice, this looks quite polished. Like, like, I guess a layperson would say that resembles turquoise, right? And it's just like a polished turquoise, but I don't know. There's something about them. This would be like glass if you were to put it through, you know, if it were to get analyzed by a lab. Pearl in the center sold. Same things, same things. Tali Arasi Pearl. Mata Dewa. So Mata just means eye. Like the eye that you see with. I don't know what Dewa means though. How about pearls and stones from the mountain? Yep, same things. Acquired at the sacred magical mountain of Mount Lawu in Java, Indonesia. Okay. What is Mount Lawu? Let me look this up. Look up this mountain and see where it is. I know where Java is, but not Mount Lawu. Let's see. So, Mount Lawu. So apparently these mystical stones here were sourced from this particular mountain, Mount Lawu. Religious significance. Mount Lawu is the home of the god Parvata Rajadewa, also called Hyang Girinata in the manuscript. Oh god. The New Javanese manuscript, Sarat Manikmaya, states that Count Lawu is part of the 18 sacred mountains of 18 sacred mountains. I don't know about this. And scholars agree that it had great religious significance to the Hindus of Java. Stated that the original name of Lawu is Katong, which means God. The name Katong is likely associated with the ruins of Mount Meru. It's a sacred 5-peaked mountain present within Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist cosmologies. Revered as the center of all physical, metaphysical, and spiritual universes. Oh, geez, that's quite a big deal. The sacred 5-peak mountain and center of the universe. This association makes it likely that it is a seat of God, for which it is named. The last mention of this name was in the region of... Oh god, I can't read that. Bre Kartabumi. And the first mention of Lawu was early 16th century, which indicates the name change took place. Oh god, getting a history lesson here. The nature of Parvata Rajadewa can be interpreted as the personified mountain god, and not one of the more dominant gods of the time, such as the god Shiva, but was widely worshipped and considered a national god. One of the earliest accounts of the worship of this is, yeah, getting a history lesson here. Yeah, so apparently these mystical stones were sourced from this particular mountain. That's what I was trying to get to. How about pearls and stones from a rainbow? Nothing. Sourced from honey? Edible viscous liquid honey often come in various colors here in Indonesia. In milky white, cream, green, violet, black, dark brown, light brown, etc. The nectar source of the bees determines the hue of the honey. Below are samples of honey of a greenish and violet hue. The dark green honey comes from the nectar of the starfruit flower. The light green from avocado flowers. The violet honey comes from the flower of a local fruit called jamblang. They each have their own unique flavor and medicinal value. And these are pearls that have apparently been materialized from the honey. Attracts sympathy and the affection of friends. Improves business and attracts luck. Oh, this one's wild. This one's almost like bioluminescent. Or just luminescent because bio implies it would be living, which this is not, unless it has some sort of like spiritual power living within it. What the hell? They've got mythological pearls and fossils. I don't know what to expect from these. Chinese gourd. Oh, that's nice. That's cute. Same properties. A dragon heart. One of the luckiest pearls around, magically acquired from the etheric planes. Etheric planes. All dragon and huge snake pearls may be used in spiritual practices for gaining power and attaining cities. Especially useful to tantric practitioners. That's wild. For $2,000 each. View a Tibetan tanka of a dragon serpent king in a peaceful form. In a peaceful form? Okay, it just looks like when a divine being wants to present itself as a human, because that's like the most familiar form it would take for anyone. Because if it approached you in this like natural form, then you know you'd be like, oh, what the fuck are you? And then you just start freaking out. Let's see. Attracts luck, improves business sales, improves social life, increases charisma, personal magnetism, and authoritative bearing. Wards off negative energies, black magic, and psychic attacks. Wards of negative spirits. Source of raw magical energies. Charm for psychic contact with draconian intelligences and forces. General protection, healing, etc. I wouldn't even begin to guess where that would come from. How about Viper, snake stones, and fossils? This is a natural artifact. It is not a mystica or a pearl. This Viper is a crystalline stone of natural formation. It is translucent and is yellowish as light passes through it. Shamans, especially Indonesian shamans and magical practitioners, are familiar with its powers and symbolism. This is a rare item and is quite costly for $2,500. What? A fossilized baby snake. Fossilized lempa snakes. Fossilized snake eggs. Snake stones. These are natural artifacts. They are not mysticas or pearls. Local shamans associate them with snakes and are considered stones that after thousands or millions of years would eventually resemble snakes or dragons. What other ones are there? Dinosaurs. Dinosaur talons. Found in the island of Kalimantan, Borneo. I've been there. I've been to Borneo. It's very wild there. And there's a lot of mysticism there as well. Yeah. I don't know. It's Borneo. It's very wild. It's very unexplored. It's a very huge island. So there's all sorts of things going on down there. Attracts luck, improves business sales, improves social life, increases charisma, personal magnetism, and authoritative bearing. Copy and paste. Not much different from the dragon heart. Oh, excuse me. Were tiger. What? The creatures from whence these horns were acquired are said to be magical human tiger cryptids, rare and powerful, for only $300 each. Personal power empowers magical rituals. I can't even begin to guess what they would look like. Well, let's see. Fossilized fruits and leaves. Wijoyomulio leaf. Fossilized leaves. More fossilized leaves. I would have a fossilized leaf. What? What about a fairy? A shaman once, when trekking into the jungle, feeling weary, he sat on a rock to rest. There are fruit trees with ripe fruits in the area of the rock, including bananas. He ate some while resting. When he turned for more, all of the fruit trees disappeared. He later conducted rituals in his power spot. The guardian fairy spirits of the area offered him a whole lot of magical pearls as shown in the photos. Attracts luck, improves business and social life, yeah, orders negative energies, yep, same thing. Personal charm, magnetism, healing, longevity, mystical and occult power. Mermaid effigies. These are not Mystica Pearls. These are mannequins empowered with magical forces and a genie or djinn for protection against negative entities, psychic attack, and black magic, for prosperity, wealth, abundance, success in life, prestige, personal magnetism, domestic harmony, popularity, etc. Just install in your home and mount with aromatic oil once a month. Scarce item for $500 US. Oh, ossified. Okay, ossified, that's when natural biological material is transformed into stone, like essentially calcification, that sort of thing. It's similar to calcification. Let's see. These were found by a shaman in a cave close to the seashore. They are believed to be ossified mermaids. 8,000 to 4,000 US. What's the 8,000 one look like? What the fuck? Like, I guess, like, a skeptic may say that these are handcrafted. And fair enough. That's their call. That's their judgment. But at the same time, there's something about them. There is something that that's quite uncanny about them. That makes me believe otherwise. What was this one? Ossified merman. Found by a shaman in a cave close to the seashore. Healing, longevity, mystical and occult power. Ossified blorong. The blorong creature is what Hindus often refer to as Naga. This is a hybrid half-man, half-serpent, an etheric physical being believed to be the work of Anunnaki geneticists. I don't know what that means. I know what a geneticist is, but I don't know what Anunnaki geneticist is. Very old. These ossified blorong were found by a shaman in a cave in Java, close to the seashore. Kind of looks like a bong, because it's so low resolution. But what the hell? Okay, that looks like something else. That's a whole different thing. Oh, that's a crown. That thing over here that looks like a bong, that's the one that's been sold from, as far as I can tell. What the fuck? This has turned into, like, a magical stone stream more than anything else. But I don't know, like I said, this is a very niche topic that I cannot adequately cover in one single stream. Caput Draconis or Caput Draconis. Natural artifacts. Okay. These are natural artifacts, not Mystica or pearls. These Javanese dragons are a crystalline stone of natural formation. Blah blah blah. Now, FAQs. What are stones and Mystica pearls? So, what are Bezoar stones and Mystica pearls? Bezoar stones, as normally understood, are calculus concretions that may be found in the digestive systems of man and animals. There are objects that often appear as ordinary stones, though some may have unusual characteristics. We appropriate the term mystica pearls to refer to stones that are found in animals, plants, and in nature. Stones that are formed out of unusual events or anomalies, even through paranormal events such as materializations. In our usage of the word, pearls known as bezoar stones are also covered. We often use these two terms interchangeably, disregarding the common definition of the word bezoar. Technically, bezoars are regarded as a production of a pathological condition in the body of a creature, mostly mammals, but with therapeutic applications. Whereas mysticas are formed as a result of a superabundance of vital force. Mystica pearls may be crystalline and have a gem-like quality and have gem-like qualities and composed of. Hold on, let me process that word for a second. Lecatelierite. Yeah, I'll copy and paste into chat for anybody who's actually listening and curious. There we go. Or naturally fused silica or glass, or they may be composed of other substances or minerals, or vegetable ivory in the case of plants. Mysticas can undergo the process of fossilization. The nature of some can leave experts in labs scratching their heads and subsequently declare these pearls to be beyond testing. Mystica pearls are scarce. Some types are rare. What makes them valuable and highly regarded by Oriental cultures are their metaphysical and magical power, attributes and virtues which are beneficial to the one acting as their keeper. Contemporary Western culture, oriented wholly to physical reality, are unaware of the spiritual dimension and dynamism of these pearls. This is not surprising, as the mystical aspect of life as a whole in the Occident have been neglected ever since the burning of the Library of Alexandria in ancient times. Fair enough. Let's see, what other FAQs should we explore, if any? There's also certifications, there's fakes, all sorts of things. Right, I think we're done for pearls for now. That's like a good 1 hour and 20 minutes of pearl reading. Right, we're done with fucking pearls. Let's see the Kris dagger. Let me have a drink first, because that was an awful lot of reading and it's making my throat fucking raw. So, a note. So Kris, these daggers here, these things. A note on the nature of the selling and acquisition of Krises and sacred items. The concept or principle of selling sacred items is not applied in the Javanese tradition. The concept of dowry is instead appropriated, or the exchange of hands of a sacred object. They call this mas kawin, or mahar. It is understood that there should be a bargaining of the dowry price for the object between the one who releases it, the seller, and the interested party, the buyer. If the interested party does not agree on the price, he simply leaves the object for another more within his budget, and is his soulmate, or jodo, as it is called. The jodo concept actually has a much deeper significance, more related to a person's temperament. Let me read that again. He simply leaves the object for another. Thus, there is no standard price and no question of overpricing or cheating on the cost. If a buyer likes the object and is interested in acquiring it, he would provide for whatever is requested by the releaser or seller, quote unquote. Exquisite, powerful Krises can fetch from 100 to 100,000. Krises are regarded as brides and candidates for becoming the bridegroom. Wait, Carisses are regarded as brides, and candidates for becoming the bridegroom have to treat them with respect and value them highly before and after the marriage. Most people are unfamiliar with this Javanese custom, and thus find it confusing how carisses are priced. Some are sold cheaply and are quite antique, while some of contemporary productions are offered expensively. Contemporary carisses, crafted through traditional methods and magical processes in comparison with older blades, are not to be belittled as many would want to do, as they will in turn become old through the passage of time and will be intensively sought for by future collectors. The culture of carisses should be preserved, and patrons required for the acquisition and preservation. Many of these contemporary carisses are exquisite. Oof. That's the catalog there. This red text on a black background is really burning my iris here. Really burning my retinas here. In regards to magical power, most old carisses have them, and most old carisses have them, and contemporary productions may have them as well. All of these are manufactured by impus, or caris smiths, that are recognized as experts in their field by royalty. These carisses are crafted along traditional spiritual lines, utilizing alchemical and magical principles and application, through modern productions that forego the magical mechanical processes in caris making can be found in abundance. Let me read that again. These carisses are crafted along traditional spiritual lines, utilizing alchemical and magical principles and application. Modern productions that forego the magical mechanical processes can be found in abundance. Many of these often appear in auction sites such as eBay. The power of a caris cannot be judged by the age or the century it was made, or even by the region it was produced, but by personally sensing its power and feeling a resonation with it. One caris may be powerful to one, but not to another. This is basically an aspect of the Jodo, or soulmate principle. So basically, the blade speaks to you if you are the right person. Generally speaking, impus differ from one another in their spiritual and psychic development. The higher they are in their spirituality, the more powerful the carisses they fashion, as they are able to invoke and access divine energies and blessings, and have them channeled into their production. Powerful impus were found in every region where carisses are adored. The numbers of these artificers have dwindled in modern times. Carisses may be crafted with beauty in mind, others with power. Often, both of them are taken into consideration. Quite a number of Indonesian authorities on the subject of carisology agree that carisses were mainly crafted for, and regarded as, cultural, magical, and symbolical items and purposes, and not as physical weapons. Carisses are often carried, wielded, or kept for their talismanic value only. Nevertheless, it is true that the porous nature of the caris blade adds an extra advantage when it comes to vanquishing opponents in hand combat. These blades are soaked in poison, which the pores of the blade absorb, so that the single scratch can weaken the body or even cause the demise of an enemy who is unfortunate enough to escape a battle. Traditional methods of cleansing a caris also make use of poisonous substances, referred to as warangan. The purpose of using the substance is for improving the contrast between the palmer and the rest of the blade, and also for producing an anti-rust coating. Caris collecting is a fruitful and rewarding hobby, as a cultural and historical item. Hold on, my headphones were falling off. Not only is it an investment that acquires much value as time passes, power of carisses also benefit their owners in various metaphysical ways that affords and promotes protection, prosperity, harmony, social status, etc. They possess a magical force/intelligence that is often referred to as Khodam, or servitor, in ceremonial magic. This could be an actual nature spirit or a living thought form, conferred with sentience and elemental consciousness by the Empu. Often a Keris may contain both types. So they may have a nature spirit living within them or a living thought form. Keris also carry the spiritual signature of divine blessings. Keris are work of art, and like batik, which is a form of textile, which is, wax relief textile. So Keris are works of art, much like batik, gamelan music, wayang dances, and puppet shows, which I enjoy, are a representation of the high spiritual culture and way of life of Javanese Kejawen philosophy, whose ultimate goal is to unite man with his source. Referred to as... oh my god, I'm gonna have to try this. Manunggaling Kawula Gusti. Manunggaling Kawula Gusti. Keris are regarded as symbolic of the microcosm, or man, with its triune aspects of body, mind, and soul, a reflection of the all. Keris hold mysteries, no matter from what field of perspective we may adopt. Mysteries that would disclose themselves through research, study, and the daily occult interaction with them. Most Keris do not come with their original sheaths and hilts, also known as waranka or hulu, etc. These have deteriorated through the passage of time, and Keris collectors are also fond of changing these and other accessories to suit their taste. Keris are often regarded as family heirlooms and passed down from generation to generation. They only require a minimum of care by anointing once a year, or more often as required, with certain aromatic oils to prevent rust and corrosion. When hung on walls, stored or displayed, it is preferable that their tips be pointed downwards. This is to allow any moisture or water particles to flow and concentrate at the bottom of the blade, because, well, basically Indonesia is quite a humid environment. When well cared for, rust does not form on Keris. However, should they occur, rust may be removed with commercial rust remover. Though most collectors prefer using traditional methods as given below, the names of the Keris, dapur, pamor, etc. comes from our sources, and we have verified them as much as possible through research. We do not, however, claim infallibility in the matter and offer the Keris as they are. Likewise, keeping in mind that even experts often differ in opinion regarding the analysis of these daggers or Keris, the cost for shipment by courier is included in the dowry prices. Anyone interested in these secret items are welcome to contact us. Oh my god, that was an awful lot of reading. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me look what these are. So these daggers are listed by... no, these... how do I say it? The properties of each of these daggers, they have a dapur, pamor, and tangu, which I will need to look up. I don't know what those means. The period of which they were made in. Number. The empu, the person who kind of gave them their powers, I guess. Virtues and dowry remarks, special remarks. So let me see. What is dapur? Dapur. Right, it doesn't say. But these have some sort of mystical power. Each of these daggers have some sort of mystical power embedded into them. So let's see. Pretty much the same thing, really. charisma, personal magnetism, commanding presence, prosperity, and luck. Gold-plated. Ooh. Okay. Gold-plated. Picture 2. So this one was manufactured in the 13th or 15th century. So from 1200 to 14... Somewhere between 1200... No. 1002... Wait, So 13th century would be like 1200s. 15th century would be 1400s. So, let's see, gold inlays here. Pretty sick blade, if I do say so myself. It almost looks like a wood grain, actually. Oh my god, it's actually standing by itself. Oh my goodness. What the hell? It's fucking standing. Pretty sick. 2, 3, 4. So yeah, it's more like a talisman as opposed to an actual practical weapon. But I also know that they, through historical context, some of them do have a practical use as like execution weapons, from what I understand. I don't know how true that is though. But one anecdote that I've heard is that these flames in the blade, these oscillations in the blade here, the wavy bits, they are apparently, supposedly, so basically when you execute someone, from what I've heard, they are stabbed in the shoulder, parallel with the neck. So it would go down their shoulder, and the curves in the blade are meant to make striking the heart a lot more easier, from what I understand. That's what I've heard, but I don't know how true that is. So let's see. Let's see what this blade is. So when is this one manufactured? 10th to 13th century, so 900 to 1200. Oh geez, so the first one's from the Majapahit kingdom, so that's when Indonesia was a Hindu country. So that's a very long time ago, so 13th to 15th century. But this one, however, this is from the 10th and 13th century. Holy shit. And it's well preserved. That's crazy how long it's lasted. I don't know what to say about its condition though. It looks like it's gone through some wear and tear. A bit of deterioration, if I do say so myself, but otherwise it's retained its overall shape. Let me see what this is. Sari Kingdom. Let me look it up in a separate window. Sari Kingdom, that's when it was Hindu-Buddhist. So this was Hindu-Buddhist, the oldest one, and then later on it became full-on Hindu. And this one's also from the Majapahit Kingdom during its Hindu era. 13th to 15th century as well. Virtues, prestige, commanding presence, build up leadership. But let's see, gold-plated for the first one, and lion filigree. I think that's just a technical term for the sort of decoration on the blade. Exquisite old artifact, empowered gold piece in lion's mouth. I don't see the lion's mouth. Oh, it must be this bit here. Right, now let's see this third one. Keris Ron Ganduru. Oh, that's the name of the actual Keris. So, the first Keris is called Single Barong Dua. Keris Ron Ganduru, I think. What is up with forging on that? What the hell? That blade looks wild. How did it get these blades to sand? That's wild. Unless you use like fishing line. If they use fishing line, they've hidden it pretty well. But the fact that the blades are standing kind of looks like that makes it look like they're possessed or something. Brojol. Let me look up these words for a second. Let me stick that through Google Translate. So dapur would be... Google Translate says it means kitchen, but I assume that is also synonymous with forge. That is just my guess though. And pamor would be... Pamor. I don't know, it's giving me really conflicting translation here. So pamor. So bulu ayam would be chicken feather, but oh, maybe... Oh, hold on. Chicken feather. And the blade kind of resembles that. I guess that'll be like the way it's forged. That'll be the metal type, the metallurgy. Or it's, I don't know, it's like how you have Damascus steel and you get the pattern that it's named after. So that'd be like the blade style. Tanggu, I guess that would be just, well, it tells you the origin. Period. Wampu. And let me see what this means. Kodam and Tuat. So Tuat means good fortune. Yes, you do get good fortune with these. Tuban Kingdom, 10th to 13th century. What the hell? That's even older than the others. Let me look this up. Tuban. So that would still be the Majapahit Empire, or at least during that time. So that'd be like the location of origin, I guess. Majapahit, Sagula Kingdom. So these are enchanted blades, just as a reminder. What the hell? So what is this one? Melati Rinonce. Jasmine. Remarks. Well-preserved cariz. It looks well preserved, I must say. Number 3. Betok Lanang Wadok. From the Majapahit Kingdom. ING, for something from the 13th to 15th century, it's really held up shape quite well. And by what it looks like, these looks like 2 sorts of lions, I would guess, holding up the blade. $500 US, luck, prosperity, wealth, and charisma. Kariskinata emas kulitsmanka. I'm gonna skim through the rest. This one looks quite nice. Majapahit as well, 13th to 15th century. Sorry, I'm just admiring the blade there. Which of these blades speaks out to you? The 13th century. It's wild to get these like tiny curves at the sides here. I don't know how they do it. The metal on it is gorgeous though. Now let's see. After this we could check out the talismans. Oh, the site's not secure. Let's go back to Chris. Take a look at the magical talismans. Let's see what magical talismans there are. We still have the genies to check out. Photos. We got some talismans here. Business talisman, talismanic black stone, protective door talismans. Yeah, these talismans come in all shapes and sizes. I like to go skip there. What was this? Jangkung Nagasasra minikaris. Oh, okay. Convenient enough to carry in the pocket, protects users from all harm, fire, thieves, psychic attacks, etc. Builds up sex appeal, attracts affection from others. Helps to easily be triumphant in conflicts. Also aids one to successfully achieve one's goal. I don't know how they organize these. Talismanic egg, that one looks pretty cool. I would have a talismanic egg with like gold inlays. That looks pretty dope. Real estate talisman. I have no idea what it is, but it looks like it's bottled, some sort of bottled substance. A Noah's Ark coin. The Staff of Moses. Check out the other Chris. Oh my god, there's multiple pages. What? Ooh, we got Balinese one. Charisas from Bali are long and heavy. This one is no exception. It has inlaid gold upon the blade. The pendok is gold plated. The charis is exquisite and is quite costly. 4,500. Virtues, prestige, career advancement, charisma, commanding presence, luck and prosperity. From the 12th and 16th century. What the fuck? That looks fucking gorgeous. Pendok. I think pendok is the sheath. That is really ornate. Mind you, this is forged within a jungle. A jungle environment. Imagine how hard that would be. What? Yeah, that's a huge fucking blade, jeez. Bloody Arab. This piece is a blend of an Arabian style blade with Javanese keris pamor. So an Arab style blade, but forged in Indonesia. Let's see. Wealth, prosperity, financial success, business improvement. Kerisas from Bali are long and heavy. Pendok is gold-plated. The creature has an empowered gold bow bearing in its mouth. It is nicknamed Gajah Mada, on account of the strength and power that it conveys. Gajah Mada was an Was an August Prime Minister of the Majapahit Kingdom. I don't know where August comes in though. Oh, not like August as in the date, but August as in like the adjective. I don't know what August as an adjective is though. The keris is exquisite and is quite costly. 12th to 16th century. My god. Let's see. I wonder if I could find a video of like a keris being made, because it is quite a mystical sort of process. Keris forging. Nah, I'm sure someone can look. I'll look it up later. I don't have any like particular videos in mind. Page 3. Majapahit Kingdom. The Pamor resembles the body of a caterpillar, hence its name. What looks like a caterpillar? There's gems in it. Oh, Pamor is like blade style. I guess. Page 4. Keris Sabuk Inten. There is a silver ornamental pieces fastened on the waranka or hulu, and inlaid gold on the keris. The warang is a style from Sumatra. So not from Java, but Sumatra. Sumatra. I've never been to Sumatra, to be fair. From Java. It was this one. Patok Jalak Budo. Jalak Budo is considered as the mother of all kerises. The very first generation. In fact, the very first keris in the world. In every keris collection, there is a must-have as... This is a must-have as the quote-unquote leader. The Pamor is uncertain. The granddaddy of them all, or grandmother of them all. 13th to 15th century. And I wonder if they have the more contemporary ones. Helps maintain wealth and savings, ease of childbirth, luck and protection. Scarce keris type blade, bulges on both sides. Previous owner was a keris collector of royal descent. The blade has strong energies. On both sides. I'm not seeing it. Alright, I think that's enough keris for today. Hold on, I kind of need to pee. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the BRB screen. Ooh. Okay. Went for P. Let's see. So we've checked out magical stones and pearls. We've checked out the carices. And now... what else can we look through? We've got magical items here, I guess. Magical items, talismans, amulets, spells, and charms. And then we got the knowledge base. What was the empowerment section? Oh, these are like... this is essentially like getting a witch... getting a spell from Etsy, essentially. So, for the price of $140 US, you can get a spiritual name empowerment. Names can condition one's psyche and often influence the quality of life. Names have vibratory power and energies that can have a positive or negative effect upon one's inner being. So this kind of ties into like psycholinguistics, I guess. How many times do we find ourselves saying that one looks like a Barbara, an Alice, or a Paul? Or something to that effect. And often to discover the uncanny reality of it. Names can cause a subconscious aspiration and desire to conform to the meaning of the name. Oh, kind of like nominative determinism. And express this blueprint in the world of form, no matter whether the name be beneficial or otherwise. A badly chosen name with a negative or neutral meaning can result in hurdles and obstacles towards success, peace and happiness in one's life. An appropriate name can help one to attain these conditions or states much more easily without any hindrance. A suitable name is vital not only for worldly life, but for spiritual advancement as well where a carefully chosen name, inspired by one's higher self or guardian angel, can result in an accelerated progress in soul culture. Names have meanings and energies with quote-unquote frequencies determined by their sound and numerical values. Yeah, no, I can get that. Because, I don't know, if you have like someone named, I don't know, a really basic name, for example, I imagine you can think of a pretty basic sounding name, and then when you hear that name, it's like, oh, okay, this person sounds boring, and that kind of corresponds with it. And whatnot. Names have meanings and energies with frequencies determined by the sound and numerical values. So I think that's kind of a reference to numerology as well. There's various cultures that assign like numerical values to letters in the alphabet, or to their version of the alphabet, and I can't quite remember how that goes. But there's different schools of thought in regards to that. The characteristics of names can often be determined by the occult of numerology. That's what I was talking about. They're not always in a perfect sense. In this empowerment, we'll acquire an appropriate name for you based on ancient tongues after magical psychic attunement with a personal higher self or guardian angel for direction and inspiration. Okay, for $140 to get a cool name. Life regeneration. For $100, you can get a 2-part ritual that we will conduct on your behalf. First part removes the metaphysical toxins and negative leeches in your energy field. The psychic dross corrupts your emotional mind and puts you into a negative, depressive, and morbid state. They attract negative and unfortunate circumstances into your life. That makes sense. Yep. The second part of the ritual fills the void left by the removal of the psychic toxins with divine light. This light will keep you radiant as it uplifts your thoughts and feelings to a more positive and divine orientation. Fair enough. We've got soul healing and metaphysical implants. Our metaphysical implants fill your being with a certain divine force that you might need to spiritually progress. It helps you to tune into the higher frequencies of life and develop your creative soul potentials. For a balance in your soul, all 3 qualities of love, power, and intelligence should be present. Therefore, it is suggested that you choose the implant that you are lacking, or you may request for all 3. Other types of metaphysical implants will be added to the section from time to time. The implants are most effective after life regeneration. Oh, this is so much reading. TBH. So, these are the types of implants you could get. Love consciousness implant, intelligence and wisdom consciousness implant, or power consciousness implant. Fair enough. I don't feel like reading all of this. TBH. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, okay, that's enough reading for that. Let's see. Knowledge papers. What is this? That's the knowledge. Where is it? That's the assistance from a spirit. That PDF that I had up earlier. Let's see. Web rings. What are these? Garments? These are more talismans, it seems. Testimonials. Where is it? Magical woods? When hung inside of the home and above the front door, magically causes nocturnal intruders or robbers to endlessly wander in the home till dawn looking for an exit. I don't think I want a stranger wandering around in my house completely lost until I wake up. I would rather not have them in my home at all. The energies of this object causes their minds to be in a state of confusion and fear, and they will not know their way out. The indigenous people of Java and neighboring islands swear as to the efficacy of the object to protect the home against theft. It's mostly derived from the roots of the banyan tree and come in many forms and sizes. There are no two exactly alike. In its natural state, the object grows without any apparent beginning or end to its structure. This in itself is confusing. The ones shown in others in our possession come from Kalimantan. Kalimantan, it's also another name for Borneo. And they're quite small, being about 8 to 12 centimeters in diameter. Fair enough. Wooden objects, what else is there? Magical woods. Would you have a magical wood in your collection? Let's see. I am trying to find... I'm trying to find the page that has the PDF files. So that was the knowledge paper section. Yeah, I can't click onto any of these. Empowerment, that's the rituals, but then we got the genies. But let me quickly look through first. FAQ. It's not this. Ebooks. No, that's back to the knowledge page. Where is it? Free talismans. This is a powerful charis that I acquired from one of the respected elders of the Javanese community. Do not scoff just because it is not the real object. Those to the right found this out to their cost. Accumulates magical energies to one's person. Hang it on your wall with a yellow frame. Then perform the ritual. This ritual awakens cosmic power and strengthens the will. Every night during the fast, you are to sit in meditation in the appropriate magical atmosphere and focus on the charis and chant the following mantra. Repeat this chant for a total of 111 times in each session. Ritual may be conducted on a routine basis. Each time that you require some extra moral strength while facing a problem, recite this chant once. What is this? This amulet is believed to be a powerful protector of health. It is regarded as one of the most potent medicinal plants in the world. What? This is mandrake. Draw upon a piece of white cloth, but keep it on your person. What? The image of this talisman symbolizes and creates peace. Draw it upon a sheet of tin and carry it in your wallet. More free talismans, don't mind if I do. I can't read any of that. Print this talisman and hang it above the inner side of your front door for protection against all negative entities, forces, calamities, and intruders. Also attracts positive energies, which improves one's financial and domestic affairs. More powerful when constructed oneself in accord with talismanic making rules and consecrated with the appropriate ritual. Let's see. More talismans. Yeah, excuse me. These, yeah, like I said, this is not a field that I am too familiar with. I don't know all the mysticism behind it and whatnot. Bad luck remover. Balinese amulet. I've seen some of these whilst visiting my cousins. We got some Solomonic ones as well. 6 in the morning on Friday and fast. If you write it down on a piece of parchment with zuck for an oil, and then hang it around the neck of a rooster and let it go, where the foul scratchers of pecks on the ground, and then crows, there you'll find treasure beneath the ground. The talisman also protects one against lethal weapons and psychic attack. Audio and video. Books we recommend for study. Broken links. More broken links. What is this? Instrumental music. More instrumental music. Fair enough. The Boost, the practice of mayhem, one of the cultural practices among the martial artists of Banten, Indonesia, is handed down to the modern practitioners by the master martial artists of yore. See invulnerability in action, witness amazing feats, though some of these attractions we suspect are done through trickery. The show itself represents selected powers of what few practitioners may truly possess. This is not for the faint-hearted. I know there was one like, there's this supernatural video. I don't know how to describe it. He's sort of like a chiropractor sort of person, but he's able to set paper on fire. He places his hand above it. And I don't know, it's kind of like, he's kind of like focusing sort of chi energy. I'm not an expert on this, and I'm not sure if I'm using the right words, but he's able to focus his energy to set paper on fire. And this is not something that was meant to be documented, but it was captured on video. And ever since then, he's gone into hiding. And I'm not quite sure what he's up to these days, but I don't know. I need to look it up. I need to look up that video. Let me see. Indonesian fire magic. Yeah, there it is. Let me find it. So it's... Give me a second. Give me a second. So I found it. I found the video, I think. projectile.
It was in the big city, where Java confronts the 20th century, that we got a real shock. Lorne was suffering from a bad eye infection at the time, a cameraman's cause for panic.
Lawrence had heard of a man who might be able to help, and dragged me to him, despite my reservations.
Is it him?
Oh, he's an acupuncturist. That makes sense. Okay.
He uses acupuncture needles in the traditional points, but with a twist. Through them, he directs a form of electricity, as he calls it. But he doesn't draw the electricity from a wall socket. He claims to generate it within his own body.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing like any acupuncture I'd ever had. I was getting really powerful electric shocks and couldn't control my movements at all.
That's not the part, though. That comes later.
He says that what he does is no more supernatural than an electric eel, which also knows how to harness its yin and yang energies.
Yin yang, positive and negative, you know. And my positive from here and my negative from here. And we meet together, this can get like electricity.
Hmm.
And is this because you're special? You have a special sort of
It's
body?
meditation every day.
It's meditation.
Meditation every day. Like a yoga. But I study about 18 years.
18 years.
I haven't seen this video in a very long time.
From my child before.
Can you project this energy through your hands only, or through other things as well?
Only my hand. Like you can touch me, like this. It's nothing, okay? It's my burn. Just like this.
Our sound recordist, Simi, was skeptical at first.
That's wild. But that's not the piece, though. That's...
Later, he told us that anybody could learn this. God had given us all the yin-yang polarity, but it takes discipline and meditation to awaken and control it.
Mm-hmm.
And you must be very aware of your emotions. This energy can be dangerous. It can
It's coming
kill
up.
as well as heal. Then he asked for our newspaper.
Here it is.
Whatever he had done to our newspaper, it's how he'd healed my eyes that made me wonder. What do these people living in the shadows of the volcanoes still know that we of the West have forgotten?
There is so much stuff we don't know. Yeah, that was all I wanted to show, TBH. Let's see. Is there... Let's get the music back on. What I really want to find out is where I got that PDF file again. Give me a second. That one that I showed earlier. This fucking thing. I'm trying to find the page that has all these files. Because I did come across it earlier, or I might have to go find it off stream at some point. But let's see. I haven't read through all this. So, from what I understand, let's see. Indonesian shamanism, but part of me thinks this is more Islamic influenced. This is more like Islam-influenced magic. Yeah, you have to... Generally speaking, Kodams are said to be specialized spirits of the angelic or jinn class. Oh, speaking of which, we still need to check out the jinn page, or genie page. My bad, my bad. So let's see. Personal genies. Warning. Oh, hold on, let me move a few things. Where is it? Where is it? I have only one monitor. Warning, we do not recommend genie items for novices in the occult. If you are searching for ease in communication with genies, their manifestation each time you call upon them, or for instant results every time you command them, then do look elsewhere. Having a genie in real life is unlike the genies portrayed in Hollywood movies or in fairy tales. If you would like to depend on genies to solve your problems without any effort on your part, you would be totally disappointed. Genie items are not for the underaged or the immature. Wrong attitudes and approaching or applying genie or magical items inappropriately would simply result in failure or unsatisfactory results. Then we got the photos of genies, but give me a second. What is this? So you got a charged talisman, some coins. So this is like a set, I guess. Power and intelligence. Yeah, so this is basically a kit. Contains 9 essential powers. So you got... How do I say this? So this would be like a catalog of genies, I guess. Stone of the Angelic Kodam. So Kodams, as far as I understand, are entities that are being not quite summoned, but imbued, I guess. Consecrated for the duration of 999 days. This stone has the power of hundreds of angelic kodam for protection, healing, attraction, luck, etc. A very powerful and rare item. Kodam may be commanded. You got Flower Fairy, I guess. A spiritual invisible helper. Have your own invisible helper from the higher astral worlds. This magical item has a spiritual helper. An ancestor human spirit associated with it. I don't know if I want a stranger human spirit in my company. It causes the spirit to follow you and be your constant companion. The invisible ancestor spirit will be there to guide, inspire, protect, and aid you in many ways. It will know and understand your thoughts and feelings and the background and circumstances of your life. The spirit cannot be commanded, but it will function automatically on its own accord to help you fulfill your mission in life, to help fulfill your needs, to inspire you. Invisible helpers are human spirits sworn to serve their human charge. This work helps them to evolve rapidly into the light. Stock is limited. The Flower Fairy, a high-class fairy of joy, love, abundance, success, creativity, healing, and popularity. Very nice. This fairy can be your daily companion to assist you with the foregoing. Allow it to be your muse, your guide, and helper. Special ritual prayer to the Supreme Being for assistance in any matter. The fairy will function and aid you under the command and authority of the Supreme Intelligence. The fairy works best for your problem or need. Oh my god, this text is very small. I need my reading glasses. Ugh. The fairy can follow you around to do its work. The name of the fairy is given with the occult object that you associate with. If you are psychically sensitive and clairvoyant, you may see the fairy and converse directly with it. The item is easy to use even for novice in occult matters. Stock is limited. My god. Genie of Light. Ferry of the South Java Sea. Simple chanting is required to commanding the ferry. Stock is limited. This is so much. Oh, there we go. That's the genies. And yeah, it's trapped in a glass bottle. Head. I don't know if I don't think I could see it. I do see something, but the annotations don't really quite align to my expectations. Like the hand, I don't really see a hand there. The head, I see something faint, but it doesn't really resemble a head to me. There's an arm. I guess I could see an arm, and that's the body. Sure. But maybe what I expect from a genie does not really align with how Hollywood portrays it and whatnot. Got the head, body, legs. It'd be cool if there was like more photos, I guess, is what I want. Is what I would like. Photos of genies. Yeah, same thing. Magical gallery. Divine Protector, Fairy Queen of the North of Java, and her 7-headed feline pet. Yeah, this is all new to me, okay? I don't know everything about this. This is very, how do I say, out of left field for me, I guess. I don't know how to put it into words. This is beyond my realm of understanding. Links. Maybe that's where I found... No, not what I'm looking for. Oh, we got some real estate as well. Some real estate links. Dark UFO. I wonder if it has that old website I used to visit as a kid. I used to visit this old... Okay, I used to grow up in Singapore, and I was really into like ghosts and ghost stories, that sort of thing. There used to be... and ghost hunting, that sort of thing. There used to be a website called S-Fogs, and I wonder if it's there. Singapore directory. No, that's just a regular directory. Doesn't look like it. Crystals. Cherokee medicine and jewelry. Alright. And this is quite an international... quite international... supernatural site, I guess. I don't know if supernatural would be the right word for it. Oh, downloads, maybe. There it is. Let's see. So this goes back to the pearls again. Pearls may be tested by the layman, whether they are genuine or fake, using the finger test. Yep. Yeah, so the download section, that's what I was looking for. Divine Thinking, Metaphysical Reflections. Which one of these speaks to me? Nothing really. Let me see. Superstitions of Indonesia, that I could read up on that. Everyday life. In this article, we present a collection of local superstitions. So, local superstitions, as in, not everybody, probably not everybody believes this. Regarding everyday life and the meanings of the omens of nature. Avoid eating rice from a small plate, as this would cause your close relations to spurn you. I guess it's because they think you're poor or something, and they would want to avoid you. If someone cooks a meal that is too salty, this is a sign that the person is in love and wishes to marry. Ooh, I'll keep an eye on that. I'll keep that in mind. Avoid building a garage at the back of the house, as this would always cause unfortunate circumstances. Ooh. If a lamp goes off in a room where the deceased is kept prior to burial, indicates that another member of the family will soon face death. Oh, that is kind of spooky now. Avoid cleansing the ears at night, as this would result in bad luck. Oh no. I need to stop cleaning my ears at night. Oh, here's one for the ladies. If you begin menstruating on a Sunday, you'll meet an old friend. If you begin menstruating on a Monday, you'll soon acquire luck, I should say. If you menstruate on a Tuesday, you'll soon be enjoying yourself in the following days. Menstruate on Wednesday, you'll soon clash with someone. Thursday, you will soon experience unfortunate incidents and be in much sorrow. Friday, you'll soon have fun. Saturday, you'll soon have a pleasant surprise. If a dog howls at midnight, signifies a visit from ancestral spirits. As the weeping at midnight, it signifies death in family. Howls at past midnight signifies a wandering earthbound spirit in the premises. Oof. The blood of a black dog, is capable of exorcising possessing spirits. Yeah, this... Hold on. Let's see. I don't know if this is worth reading, but let's see. Kejawin. And let's see. See also. Where is it? Give me a second. See also Dukun. Let's see. Dukun. So this kind of ties into what we've been reading here. Indonesian term for shaman. Societal role is that of a traditional healer, spirit medium, custom, and tradition. Experts, and on occasion sorcerers and masters of black magic. In common usage, the Dukun is often confused with another type of shaman, the Pawang. A type of shaman deals with magic involving weather, wild animals, and spirits, but they may also be employed for cases of sorcery. It is often mistranslated into English as witch doctor or medicine man. Many self-styled Dukun in Indonesia are simply scammers and criminals preying on people who were raised to believe in the supernatural. Fair enough. Like I said, black magic is quite a big business. Oh, hold on. Let me bring up a video here. Black magic business. Because of its mystical nature. Let's see.
You ever heard of bad time travel?
No, not really.
I just made it up. But it's when you
Yeah, thank you.
Going down into the world of mystery and magic. Anwar's business went bankrupt. Now he spends his last money on the only person he believes can help him, Ki Joko Bodo, the richest and most successful witch doctor in Indonesia.
Diisap 7 kali.
In his underground cave, Joko Bodo uses his own medicines, candles, swords, dolls, and perfume.
Slim, ya.
Anwar is convinced the treatment will make him a rich
That's a
man.
fucking Dora the Explorer doll.
I completely believe he can do it. My friends were all successful after visiting Ki Joko Bodo.
Upon request, the witch doctor also performs black magic. He even tells us that people order him to kill their political opponents by using magic, something he says he can do.
Tentunya melanggar hukum, tapi
Of course, it's against the law. But please prove that it was done through magic.
It's in this dark
Yeah,
underground
just
cave
prove
in
that was
Jakarta,
magic.
where people are coming to
I
look
didn't
for
do it.
solutions to their love life, their medical problems, or even for political support. They believe in magic is so big that they are willing to pay huge amounts of money. Even the most devout religious people think that magic is their last resort.
Magic is big business in Indonesia. Clients pay at least $35 for a visit, a lot of money for the desperate poor people who ask the witch doctor's help. High-profile clients like parliament members or ministers pay up to thousands of dollars, depending on their request. In Indonesia, even the president himself, although he would deny it in public, is said to believe in magic.
They are all hypocrites. I personally know the witch doctor who accompanied President Yudhoyono. He's a friend of mine. He was taken to a sacred location and took a bath there. The president bought a throne and a crown and a magical sword. I know exactly. If he denies it, that's probably because he is embarrassed with people like Obama. Although Obama, I'm sure, believes in this as well.
Padahal Obama sendiri saya yakin percaya juga.
Yeah, this is entirely like
Besides of being a former parliament
whole
member,
rabbit hole.
Mahdi is one of the country's most well-known mystics. He thinks Indonesia's magic business has gone out of control and should be regulated by the government. According to the country's highest Muslim council, it's against
So yeah, the government should regulate black magic, by the way.
It's too bad the government treats this magic as part of Indonesia's culture. Of course, culture, like our natural resources, should be protected, but culture that misleads and fools people should be wiped out. This should be forbidden.
Yeah, wipe it out.
Ya, mestinya harus dilarang.
Ki Joko Bodo has made a fortune with his magic. He has built houses like castles and owned several expensive sports
That is
cars.
fucking wild.
He doesn't believe that what he does is wrong.
Banyak larangan-larangan, orang nggak boleh.
Many things are forbidden. Drinking is forbidden. Prostitution is forbidden. But this is my reality. The reality of Ki Joko Bodo.
As long as people are willing to pay huge amounts of money to fulfill their dreams with magic, Ki Joko Bodo will be able
Guy has
to
fucking pet
expand
monkeys
his
in the
fleet of
background.
Cars. It doesn't seem likely the government will stop him anytime soon. Stepfasen, Al Jazeera, Jakarta.
That is so fucking wild. But yeah, that's it, really. Yeah, so, like I said, black magic, there's many different styles, there's many different schools of thought, I guess. So, that magic that was depicted just now, that may not necessarily be, you know, universal or maybe common practice. That's just his style of it. But let's see. Is there anything else I want to check up on? Not really. I spent a lot of time talking about fucking supernatural and black magic stuff. There is so much I could talk about, really. I could talk about ones that I know personally more about, like Hungry Ghost Festival. That one's pretty cool. I might do that another time though, because I've been talking for like what, over 2 hours, 2.5 hours of fucking talking. But let me check out these files, see if any of these catch my attention that I may want to save. Oh, there's that PDF file that I found. Occult art of acquiring and directing magical servants. Cosmic laws. Anything else? Construction of talismans. The awareness of metaphysical laws and principles. Let's see. Let's skim through these. Power of talismans. If you believe in it. I just like reading about it. Personally, I don't necessarily practice or believe in these things. I kind of read them in the way that people read horoscopes, I guess. So that's constructing a talisman. The awareness of metaphysical laws and principles. Anything else? Maybe I'll read that another time, as in never. Magical oils. More pearls, superstitions. Yeah. Let me just read this last one. Talismanic sickle. Yeah, not what I thought it was. Anything else before I wrap it up? Got a catalog here, download. But yeah, indotalisman.com. Let me see. Let me go back to the homepage. Top. So indotalisman.com. That's what we've been reading on, and you'll be able to find the other links through there if you so wish to. But I don't blame you if you don't. This is a very niche subject. It's not for everyone. But let's see, who can I raid out to? God. Ooh, Eggy's playing Mahjong. Eggy's playing Mahjong, but I don't know. I'm gonna have a hard time explaining black magic to her. I don't think she's the type to be into that sort of stuff. I don't know. Who can I raid out to? Let me see. I guess I could raid into it. I've never raided this guy before. Anyway, I'll try and stream tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna stream. I always have trouble figuring out what I want to stream, but let's see. But yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know what I'm gonna stream next, but hopefully it won't be too long until then, I guess. But yeah, anything else I want to say? Thank you for streaming. No. What is it I normally say? I don't know what I'm going to stream next, but hopefully it won't be too long until then. But yeah, until next time, take it easy and good night. Bye bye, 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 good night, bye, bye, take it easy, bye, 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 good night, bye, 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 thanks for watching, bye, bye, thanks for watching, bye, bye, thanks for stopping by, bye, 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 bye.